Hey, what's going on, guys? Nathan Johns here. Today we're going to be talking about what career paths can you follow if you chose not to go to college. And trust me, I know this is a difficult question because everyone and their brother has been telling you since you were little, you have to go to college. It's important. If you don't go to college, you're going to be a failure. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you that it's not over. There's people that have made millions of dollars, like a lot of money, and they haven't went to college. So don't give your hopes up just yet, and we're going to talk about it today. Also, I have to mention quick, if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, because if you don't, the YouTube algorithm doesn't like it. It hurts me. It hurts me so much. And if you genuinely enjoy videos like this, then I recommend that you consider hitting the subscribe button so that I can keep you updated on the latest videos. I almost upload like every single day, so I think this is great content just for you. All right, let me head inside and let's talk about it.
So the first thing that I want to talk about is that you want to find somewhere that has growth. So somewhere like Amazon, they provide an opportunity for their employees to move up through time. So let's say you begin to work at Amazon as a stower. So you might make around $18.50 an hour. I actually worked at Amazon for about 3 months. I think this was almost a year ago. I wanted to see how everything operated. I was really interested by just like how everything flows so successfully for Amazon. So yes, you can make about $18.50 an hour as a stower, which is a lot better than some people who even go to college, because if you're a teacher, I mean, you're right in that range, and then you have overtime opportunities and stuff like that. So after 2 years of working at Amazon, you're eligible to become a manager. A manager at Amazon makes about $75,000 per year. And this is no college degree, 2 years working at Amazon. So let's say you go to college for 4 years, you're in debt. You might get off making around 60 to 70 a year right out of college, depending on your major. And you're going to be going right there with someone who's been working at Amazon for 2 years. Now, if you have two people, you and your wife, you and your girlfriend, whoever you might be living with at the time, if you guys are both making $75,000 per year, that's 150 grand household income, right? That's a pretty great amount, and that's no college necessary. But it can be a little bit of a soul-sucking job, which is a hard thing for a lot of people. Amazon has a high turnover rate, but if you're able to weather the storm of just difficult of not feeling very like valued, because a lot of the jobs that you do at Amazon, it almost feels kind of like a robot, right? This is like robot work, and you're worth a lot more than that. But if your number one goal is just to make money, that's a great opportunity. Secondly, a cool thing that a lot of people do is actually become a Fiverr freelancer. So let's say you're skilled at something. Let's say you're really good at making art through digital art. You're really good at it. So now someone might want to use that skill who doesn't have that skill. They might want to have you make something for them, maybe for their children's book, maybe for just a kid's school project. It could be anything under the sun. Now you could charge them for giving them your service. But now it's kind of hard just in the normal world just to find people to do that. But if you could put yourself on a platform like Fiverr, there's a lot of people who actually make really good money doing that. If you charge $100 per job and you're able to crank out 5 per week, that's $500 per month, or $500 per week. So you just have to get a little creative with it. Like, what's your skill? Can you read books? If you could voice over someone's audiobook for them and you could read that, then that's something that they would be willing to pay for. So just put yourself in a position where you could give your product or your service to those people that need it. A third career opportunity that I want to talk about is becoming a truck driver. So there's a lot of truck drivers who actually make over $100,000 per year. And this might sound shocking because there's some people who go to college and they don't even get close to that. There's doctors who fall within the 100,000 to 120 range. Now they're competing with the truck driver in salary, right? So now you might ask, why would I want to be a truck driver? So there are some places like Chrysler that actually offer like benefits such as health benefits if you get injured, all things like that. So now if you become a union worker, right, it's a lot. For some people, they prefer to be a union worker, some not. It just depends on what side of the spectrum you fall on. So if you're looking for a decent paying job and you're looking for career stability, because let's say you were to get fired from your job for some reason, or if you wanted to go work somewhere else, you wouldn't have much trouble finding another place to work, because in almost every single state, there's always a truck driver needed. It doesn't matter where you are, right? So if you're looking for something that you can depend on, so for some people, they might get a career or a job that it might make good money, but if you get fired from there, you might not be able to apply that same skill that you had there to another place. So this is something that doesn't take a long time to get. It might take you a couple months to get your CDL license and a few $100, but that is nothing compared to the thousands of dollars in 4 years that it takes to go to college. And especially if you have two truck drivers in the home, let's say you and your wife are both truck drivers, you could be looking at making almost $200,000 per year together household income, which is actually outperforming a lot of college graduates, especially people that are accountants, doctors, some lawyers, because you're not taking on the debt, right? So plus you're not an insane lot of debt. That means you could pretty much get yourself a nice car, you can get yourself a nice home, and I mean, you don't have a whole lot to worry about. So this is a good career opportunity if you're okay with driving a lot, you're okay with being over the road, and you're just not really worried about having a family at that particular moment, but because you won't be able to spend a lot of time with your kids and things like that. So that's a little bit of a trade-off, but if you're not a super family-oriented person, or if you're not looking into that right now, then this is a good career opportunity for you. Okay, so the fourth thing that I want to talk about today is becoming a longshoreman. So if you don't know what a longshoreman is, you essentially just load and unload the cargo off of a ship, such as coal, food, and things along that nature. And now you don't do this with your hands. No, the packages are too big. They're huge. You'd use machinery, heavy-duty machinery, or heavy standard equipment. So you would go ahead and you would just unload it and take it to where, let's say there's a car close by, like a semi truck, you would just put it onto the semi. So it's not very strenuous work. You wouldn't have to be overexerting yourself, really. So the people that do this actually make between $18 and $46 per hour, depending on where you are and things like that, and what company you're working for. So if you can get yourself in this position, you can eventually work your way up, and you could also be entitled to things like health benefits, which is a big thing because health insurance can be really expensive, especially if you have a family. Now, the only concern regarding this is that it could be a little repetitive. So if you're okay with that, you can weather that, and you're like, no, I'm cool with it. I just want to make my money. That's it. I need to support my family. That's what I got to do. Then I would definitely recommend you becoming a longshoreman. You have to be close to the water. So if you're somewhere like New York, Massachusetts, right, then this might be a good place for you. So last career opportunity that I wanted to talk about today is actually pursuing a career in real estate. Now this takes about a month or so to get your real estate license, and it's about $1,000 in cost. So it's not completely free, but it definitely outweighs going to college, right? So now depending on where you are, you might find yourself making more money than other places. So if you're in the middle of Idaho and there's no houses around, or there's not a lot of people coming in and out, then you might find yourself having a hard time making money or sustaining a good living. Now, if you find yourself in New York, right, with all the money, well, there's a high homeless rate as well, but there's a lot of people that like pay a lot of money to live in those apartments. If you can establish connections and you could get reoccurring clientele, right, then you should be okay. Now, it takes about 2 years is what they say on average to build up a good clientele, but if you're looking to make over $100,000 a year, then I'd recommend putting yourself in a good location and being in it for a long time, because it takes time to get the skills to talk to people, right, to get the connections building up and things like that. So if you're able to do that and you're confident in your skill set, then I would definitely recommend this for you. So this wraps up today's video, and I really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys found this video helpful in any way, then go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and show some support by giving this video a thumbs up. Also, if you enjoy watching videos just like this, I highly recommend that you consider hitting the subscribe button so that I can keep you updated on the newest videos. Awesome. Well, until next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoy watching videos just like this, then we highly recommend that you consider hitting the subscribe button so that we can keep you updated on the latest videos.